Hey guys, woo, how are you guys? Way to start off the video, huh? Got Kelly here with me. She's going to be helping us film this video today. So if you guys call and you get Kelly, that is Kelly. Today, I'm going to teach you guys and Kelly how to use the Meal Builder template, which is ultimately how to zone foods, how to build your own meals, how to build your snacks. We get a lot of questions. What's the difference between a meal or what's the difference between a snack? Truth is, there is no difference. A meal and a snack typically are going to be of the same macronutrient content. So they're going to have the same amount of protein, same amount of fat, and same amount of carbohydrate. So we are going to look at how we build a meal, what a snack looks like. When you're not eating Eatology, what do? What do you eat? We don't expect you to only always eat Eatology. We want you to be able to use our food to be able to enjoy the other foods in life. And how do you do that? Let's take a look. We have primarily two different ways that we zone foods, two different techniques, if you will. We have the BlockChart, which is from CrossFit Journal 21, and we've discussed this in previous videos. And we also have our rule of thumb. The very first one we are going to look at is using the BlockChart method. The BlockChart method has divided up all of our proteins, all of our carbs, and all of our fats into categories, all right? So all food is protein, carb, and fat based. And we can zone that food by dividing it up into the categories, and so that is our job here. Now, Dr. Barry Sears, the creator of the zone, has designated a serving as one block. So one block is going to be 7 grams of protein, 9 grams of carb, and 1.5 grams of fat. And that's all together. So 7, 9, 1.5. When you have that 7, 9, 1.5 ratio, that is a block. Most females eat a 2-block meal, so they'll eat double, 14, 18, 3, and most males will eat triple, so you can multiply it by 3. And that's how we get our numbers for Eatology and for our zone portions. So when we are looking at our Meal Builder template, which you can find in the notes and also on the eatology.co website, we have 2 Meal Builder templates currently. We are looking at coming out with a third one, which would be our one block. You guys can stagger meals any which way you need to. The goal is to be hungry every 3 hours. If that means your meal setup looks like a 2-block breakfast, then maybe a 1-block snack, then a 2-block lunch, and a 2-block snack, and then a 2-block dinner, that is totally fine. It does not have to be 2, 2, 2, or 3, 3, 3 across the board. But for today, we're going to take a look at our 2-block Meal Builder template. So this is a single meal right here, all right? We have our meal number, which we're going to put, let's just say it's breakfast. We're going to put meal number 1. We're going to put the time that we eat. Typically, we want to eat every 3 hours. So we'll go ahead and put 7 a.m. And then how much water have we had? Ideally, you want to have about half a gallon for females, about a gallon for males. So maybe we had 12 ounces of water. Boom, got that part filled out. All right, now how do we actually build this meal? The very first step is to select the protein that you want to eat. For breakfast, I might choose, maybe I want eggs. So we're going to take a look at our list, which you guys can reference as well. We're going to find eggs. Egg whites are probably going to be one of our very best choices as far as getting lean goes. And I see that 2 egg whites are a block. So if this represents 1 block of protein, I'm going to put 2 egg whites. Now, maybe I want to have a 2-block meal, right? So, running out of room. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more. I'm going to add another block of protein. So we're going to have 2 more egg whites. Therefore, I have 4 egg whites. That makes sense? Now, what type of carbohydrate? What's your favorite type of fruit?
Favorite type of fruit?
You like apples?
I like apples.
I like apples too. Let's go for apples. All right, we look at our carbohydrate on our block chart. I see apple. We can have 1/2 apple for a block. So I'll write apple here, maybe. And I can have 1/2 of an apple. Now I want another block of carb. I want more apple. How much apple would I eat?
1 apple.
Well, I would end up having 1 whole apple. That is correct. So I would put 1/2 here. Now I have 2 blocks of carb. And then last we have our fats. Almonds are going to be one of the best fats for you. Plant-based fats are always going to be leaner for you than animal-based fats. So let's go for almonds. So I'm going to write almonds. I want 1 block of fat. How many almonds are in a block of fat?
3.
3. We are going to put 3. And then we're going to go ahead and add 1 more block of fat in there. So that means I get my 4 egg whites, I get my 1 apple, and I get my 6 almonds. This is an example of a 2-block meal. Pretty easy?
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Now there is a 3-block meal builder template, as I said earlier, that you guys can fill out if you so wish. If you want to fill out a 1 block for right now, I would fill out the 1 blocker on just this one side, and boom, there you go. So I do highly recommend using this template while y'all are getting used to building your own meals and using this. It is very basic food. It does not require a lot of cooking or chopping or prepping. Next week we'll actually release an example snack list of foods to eat that are no cook, no prep. So it's not meant to be laboring in the kitchen, getting dishes dirty at all. It's just simple. For instance, whenever I eat a cucumber, I just hunker on into that sucker, run it through some water, and then just go for it. I mean, you can spend all day long chopping and prepping. We don't have time for that. So that is how we build a meal with the block chart. Now, there's another way to do it, as I mentioned at the very beginning. There is the rule of thumb. And the rule of thumb comes in handy when we don't have a block chart, because you might not always want to carry around a block chart. We have our rule of thumb, which I will pull up right here. So in order to categorize our fats and our proteins and our carbs, can y'all read that? Hopefully. We have just basically summarized this, our protein, our carbs, and our fat. So the rule of thumb for proteins, if it is fish, you can have 1.5 ounces. If it is ground meat of any kind, you can have 1.5, and sliced meat, you can have 1 ounce. The carbohydrates, this is your money maker here. If it is any type of veggie, go for 2 cups. That's a safe rule of thumb. If it's a fruit, 3/4 of a cup for a block. A starch, 1/3 cup. And if it is anything unpreferable, so grandma's casserole, birthday cake, maybe ice cream, tortilla, pizza, burger, anything. You get the picture. If it is an unpreferable carbohydrate, so it does not fit in these, 1/4 of a cup. And this is the most important category to make sure that you are really specific when you weigh and measure. And then we have our fats, our soft fats like our butters, our dairies, our oils, 1 teaspoon per block, and hard fats, 1/2 tablespoon. So that will be like your nuts and your olives and such as that. So what we want to make sure that we do is just keep this in mind whenever we're eating and we don't have our block chart. This is not quite as exact as the block chart, but it will definitely get you results and it will definitely get you going, and you won't feel so tied to this. And at the very beginning, I definitely encourage you to please use a scale. If you do not have a food scale, measuring cups and measuring spoons, do run out and go grab those. Walmart, grocery store, you can pretty much pick those up anywhere. And for the first 2 weeks or so, make sure that you are weighing everything out, portioning it out. Don't eyeball it because we're not quite there yet, most likely. And fill out your meal builder. And you can also send your meal builder into the team so that we can take a look and put our eye on it and make sure that you are blocking out your meals correctly. With that being said, I think I've said enough. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And you guys know where to reach us.